Hello my friends, I am now almost arriving in Amman in Jordan, and this video will be about Amman.
30 minutes past 7, which is a on-time arrival. Please remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened until we reach the final parking position.
Well, welcome to Amman Queen Alia Airport. I think I pronounced it correct. Cool. First time in this country. This is how it looks. Royal Jordanian planes. Yes, shukran. Shukran means thank you in Arabic. Vaccinated is less. All good this far. Let's see where the visa is. Okay, here it is. 40 Jordanian dinars. 40 Jordanian dinars for visa is something around 50 euros. Jordanian dinar is more expensive than a euro. I think it's here. Shukran. So, looks like I have a Jordan visa now. Well, to be honest, I feel a little bit underimpressed. The Jordan visa looks more like 2 post stamps, not the proper full-page visa. But that's how it is here. So I think that will be passport control, yes. So now I have visa in my passport and I can go through passport control. Marhaba.
First time visit Jordan?
Sorry?
First time visit Jordan? First time?
First time, yes, yes.
Remove mask?
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to Jordan.
Thank you. Shukran.
Yes. Ahmad.
Is it there? Thank you. That was pretty straightforward and easy, actually. I was ready for more hassle and problems and different questions and whatnot, but no. Quite easy, straightforward, all good. Okay, there's some more control here. I wonder what is that? Marhaba. Shukran. All good. I don't know what was he checking for, but obviously he was satisfied with what he saw. It's quite a big airport, I would say. I didn't expect. Cool. What do you think, friends? We are in Jordan. Will be interesting. Will be beautiful. This is my second time in Arabic speaking country. I have been in Saudi Arabia before, but in no other Arab country. Okay, there are customs. One more thing to clear to get through. Yeah, because people are getting their luggage here. Those who have luggage. It's nice not to have one. And I was reading a little bit about Jordan, Amman and stuff in Wiki Voyage. Just a quick thing while waiting for the gate to open. And it looks like it will be a bit tricky to get around this place. It looks like it might be, it will take some effort, some figuring out stuff, because there are buses to one bus station which is very far from the center, and this city have 4 million people living in it, imagine. So it's quite big. And from that bus station it's quite far to the center. And my hostel is in the center. That's nice. But to get there, I understand that there are no buses even. I will have to find some like shared taxis which operate like buses, something strange, and probably without even any marking, just people shouting the name in Arabic probably. And yeah, we'll see. Will be interesting probably to find out how we can get around this place. But I'll let you know. That was nice. He saw my sausage bag and he said you can go without. So that was simple too. Nice. I think I can put my passport back in probably, because this is already, yes, it is the area where people greet arrivals. Nice. Let's find a info place, if there is one, should be, and try to figure out what is the best and cheapest way to get to the center. Do you see letter I? I don't, but let's look for it. Should be somewhere. Okay, ATM. That's one thing which I will need. I need local money. So it really was true, which I read, that the ATM machines charge you commission up to 7 Jordanian dinars, which is something like 10 euros. Crazy. But this one charged 3.5 dinars, so it was kind of okay. And look what I got. I can boast now with some colored paper, some fiat money. This is how they look. From one side there is English, and on the other side is Arabic, and this means 10. That dot is not dot, it's a 0. 1 0, 10. And here will be the same, 2 0, 20. And here will 50 dinars, You see, 5, 0. That's not 0, that's 5. And that dot is 0. So, this is what I have now, friends. I can play with some colorful papers. They're quite beautiful, I would say. Nice. That's exit, that's nice, but I don't want exit yet. I want to find information booth if there is one. And by the way, nobody asked for my PCR test here. And I definitely know that they didn't have it somewhere in the system online because I had it only on paper and nobody asked for it. But I guess it's better to have it when they don't ask, when it's written that you have to have it. It's better than not to have it when they do ask, and then you go back and lose your ticket and everything else. So wasn't that a big deal. What I needed only was vaccination, which they checked. I had to upload it on special Visit Jordan's website and got their own special QR code. And also, of course, passport, and I had to buy a visa. But even about visa there was contradicting information. My Latvian Ministry of Foreign Affairs website said that it is possible to buy visa on arrival in airport for Jordan. But when I looked, Jordan, some kind of Jordan website, Visit Jordan or something, I don't remember, they said that for Latvians you have to apply for visa ahead of time in embassy. You can't get it on arrival. So I chose to believe the first one, and it was correct. So all good this way. But I don't think I'm going to the right. I don't know what is this, but no, it's not what I need. Let's see, maybe outside. Ah, cool, cool. Everything is cool. And while waiting for while waiting for boarding, I was reading that Amman is trying to replicate Dubai very much, to make everything cool and expensive and cater for very expensive tourists, not like me. So we'll see if it's true or not. Yeah, but I don't see any information. Can you imagine? Airport without information booth. I'll try to ask someone, but I read that their English is not so widespread. So it might be interesting and tricky. Aha, that's the express one. Well, I read about it. I might just as well take it and go with it. Merhaba. Do you go to Center Amman?
Center?
Yeah. The guys in the bus said that I need to buy a ticket. Airport bus, which they pronounce airport bus. Airport bus. I know that Arabic language doesn't have sound P, so every P becomes B, like no parking is no barking. Ah, here it is. So the bus is leaving in 12 minutes or so, and this is how the ticket looks. 3.3 Jordanian dinars, 8.30, and I got also these kind of toys as well. Nice. And that's our bus.
المجمع الشمالي يودي على اي فاهمني؟
far so good. We are driving out of the airport towards Amman, but the driver doesn't speak much English, only a few words, and it was a bit difficult to find out where should I go out. There is a stop called 7th Circle and 4th Circle, and I'm not sure if the 4th Circle stop is possible from this bus too, because from the man in the ticket booth I understood that it is possible. From the driver I understood that it is not possible, that I have to go out at 7th Circle and then to take taxi or bus. But taxi is always the very last option, I don't want to do it. So if I could get to the 4th Circle, I found it on my map, and it's about 3 kilometers from my hostel, so I could just walk there. But probably I just need to follow on my map and see where we are going and see where to jump out. That's the best bet, I guess. We are now going onto the big highway. This was the road to the airport, but now we are properly on the big highway from south to north towards Amman. By the way, I noticed one curious thing. Despite Jordan being a former British colony some time ago, it drives on its right side, not on the left-hand side. So that was my bus, and he dropped me off at 7th Circle, and I was asking 4th Circle possible and showing number 4 with fingers, and he said no 4th Circle. So obviously something, on one of my apps it showed it is possible, on the booth, the ticket booth, the man said it is possible, but here he said it is not possible. So okay, let's go and find out how we can get towards center. We are quite far from center now. There was some rain here as well, obviously, not too long ago. Yeah, what can I tell, friends? My best bet, there's nothing here, literally nothing. And I understood that 7th Circle is a big stop. It doesn't look like a big stop. And these taxis are all signaling because they all want to make themselves known to me. And sometimes with the gestures as well. They're asking if I might be willing to take them. Of course, they would like it, but I wouldn't. So my best bet is to go a little bit ahead, and there will be a big junction like viaduct, that kind of stuff, with a huge road, and towards right side will be this huge road towards the center. So I think I'll get on that road and maybe I see some bus stop there and anything which goes towards that direction, probably should work for me, at least for some part of the road, if not all. And also one other thing, I probably should go on the way into some shops to buy something, probably something edible, because I haven't eaten yet, and get more change, because I read while waiting in airport, I read that they don't give any change in buses. So I can pay with bigger money, but I leave that money with the driver. I don't get any change, so I better have some small change ready. And it is tricky also what they have for the smaller coins. This looks like a bus stop, but it's not my direction probably. But I could try and ask and see. Maybe somebody speaks a little English, I can find something out. That's crazy. The more I speak to people, the more confused I get. All the contradictory information. But yeah, there are some good things as well. I found one person who spoke quite good English. So that was nice, easy to communicate. And she said I definitely would be able to find, let's see, where can I cross this place? Can I, there's a zebra even. Nice, nice. What else do I need? She said there are definitely buses from 8th Circle, so I need to walk a little bit back, not to the center. Nice. And nice. All good, it worked. From the 8th Circle it will cost me 40 kuruj, 40 cents. And I still couldn't find out what are all the names for the cents. On the coins it's written something like piastre or something, but I was showing to her that coin and she was wondering herself, what is it written there? Being a local, because they call it different somehow, kuruj or something like that. And also naam is yes. That's a useful word to know. And yeah, I read that there are two types of cents in this country. That one is 1/100th of dinar, and another type of cent is 1,000th of dinar, and it's a different name for that thing. But anyway, let's not think about that. I hope I can just go with kuruj and that will be okay. And also she said that the buses give change, so it shouldn't be a problem. Let's find out if this is the big street or I need to walk somewhere there, and that's the big street. If this is the big, somewhere there, I will walk towards the 8th Circle. Yes, this really is the right big street. I was expecting viaduct. It's inside there, below. That's how it works, okay. Because I saw viaduct on the map. So alright, because I got a little bit confused because of that. Good, so we just walk here for some while from 7th Circle crossing to next 8th Circle, away from center. Center would be that direction. But she said there is a bus stop at the 8th Circle where I definitely will get a bus, and it's only 40 cents, which will be, well, for this country actually it could be less, I was thinking. 40 cents would be how much? 50 euro cent. Yeah, no, it's good, it's definitely good, but I was kind of expecting it might be even cheaper, everything here. but it's good anyway. Let's go for it. I was walking along there and I should walk there, but I just came up here to show you this beast. What do you think, friends? This is as cool as Pridnestrovian cars, if not even cooler. Wow, the old Mercedes. Good news, I didn't even go to the 8th circle. Saw a bus stop there and one bus stopped, and I asked. It was difficult to find out, but I understood that hopefully it goes to the center, and I think Beled means the same as center, and if it does mean the same, in that case we are in the right place. If not, we have to check the map all the time and see if we go somewhere away from this. Hello friends, after some longer while for me, but only a couple seconds for you. I am leaving, well, not completely leaving, but for a few hours leaving my hotel, and this time it's not hostel, it's hotel. Although the standard, I think it is lower than in most hostels, but it is kind of a different category of things. But it's cheap, it's good. It cost me something like 6.7 euros per night. I think 6.7 euros per night. And I have almost separate room. There's only one other bed in my room, and in many of the days it wasn't even occupied, so I was alone in the room. So what has happened after the last clip when I shot it in that minivan? It was exactly 1 week ago when it happened, so it has been 1 week for me, where there were only a few seconds for you in this video. And what happened was that my phone memory ran out. So basically I didn't have any more memory in my phone, and my video clip stopped recording, and I couldn't record any more videos. And I had huge heaps of work to be done, so I didn't have time to sort all the videos and photos and delete all the unnecessary ones and so on. So I had to postpone my explorations and filming. I have been more living instead of being a tourist in this place for the last week. But what happened? That minivan really took me to the very center, almost very center, near the market, and it was good. And what I was starting to say there when the memory ran out and the video stopped was that I hope that the minivan is going to the center, but I couldn't make sure because nobody spoke English in that van. And the only thing which I kind of understand, that they are going to Beled. And later on, when I got to internet, I looked. Beled means, at least in the Google Translate Arabic, standard Arabic probably it is, Beled means country, land or soil. But could it be that in Jordan they use it as center? It's still an open question for me. In any case, I wasn't sure about that at all at that moment, but I saw that the van was traveling in the right direction. The cost was only 35 cents, well, their cents, so something like 50 cents maybe, 40, 50 something euro cents. And so it wasn't too expensive in case if I have to jump out of it sooner. Can I go here? Probably not, maybe. Let's go. I'm trying to get to that citadel up above. the ancient place. So what I was just doing, I was carefully following where we are going, and each time we took a turn I immediately looked on my map, and thank God for GPS and Google Maps. And yeah, by the way, Yandex Maps are completely useless in this country, so I'm back to using Google Maps. It is what it is, but at least it's better than all the other options I have. So, thank God for GPS, because that's a bit narrow, that's a bit dangerous. Okay, let's go the narrow route. We somehow squeezed through. So, and it's so easy to see where you are and where you're going. I remember in my older days when I was traveling, it was always a trick to find a paper map when you arrive in a new city. And even if you were happy to find it, let's say in a railway terminal where you stepped out of the train, usually they sold the maps, the paper maps, the older day maps. And even if you found the map, very often the map was like very poor quality. Not very many things visible on there, often without public transportation, and often there were just parodies of maps. There were basically some and that's probably to some house, some like a kid's drawings, not the proper maps. And even if you had a good map, even in that case, it was not so easy to follow where you are, especially if you were in a country where there were not many street signs with names. But even here, if you see such a sign, does it help you very much? Kind of, if you have time to figure out things, but not very much. So often you just look on how the roads are going, the shapes of the turns, the angles of the intersections, and you're trying to guess, oh, we are here now. Oh no, we are already there on the next spot on the map. And if you lost where you are, it was often quite difficult and took a long time to find out again where you are now. So it was tricky. It took some brain and experience. Whereas now, you just take out your phone, switch on Google Maps, and look where the big blue dot is. That's all you need. And you even see it moving and you see the direction. Cool. Life is easy and happy. So that's what I was doing when I was traveling that. It's a quite steep climb here. When I was traveling with that minivan. But yeah, it turned off for a couple times, but went back on the same direction where I needed, and I kept going with it until I finally reached a place where it was a final stop for that minivan, and they were showing me that it's time to get out, but I saw already on the map that it's a good place to get out as well. I think, I'm not sure if I should go that direction or if I can climb up somewhere here. Let's see, behind the corner. It looks like there is some stairs. If not, I'll go further. Yeah, it should be all. Yeah, definitely should be good. Good to go. Okay? So, I basically got to the center. I tried to quickly figure out how to get my memory a little bit available again. I couldn't. I saw it's a bigger job. I didn't have time for that then. So basically I walked a little bit, got some food and went to the hotel, not hostel this time. And yeah, I dived into all the works and jobs and everything. And basically that was it for the past week. I came out only once a day for 1 hour's walk, getting some food. And by the way, this hotel includes in this €6.50 per night price a good breakfast is included. They order it from the restaurant nearby, and it's a good proper breakfast. A lot of breads and hummus and falafel and other stuff. So you get properly fed there. Very nice. So it looks like we'll be up where the citadel is, the old ancient part of Amman. Sounds like it's prayer time. Huh. I wonder where's the entrance. There's a good fence around it. From my map I understood that that corner is kind of more likely to be the one where I could enter. But let's see. Well, it's a bit tricky. I was looking on my satellite map in a hotel that could be a good way to climb in, but you see there are even two fences, not one. And here, what's around this corner? Ah, well, you can see the hole in the fence. So you probably could go through there. Well, definitely could. And on that side looks like there are almost, what do you call them, trails made by tourists. We could walk all the way around, but it looks like it's very far because here is no entrance either. I wonder why is that fence there? What's the purpose of it? Strange, I don't know what is the purpose of it, but let's see if we can get at least closer, if not completely in the place through here. I don't know the laws and the traditions, not traditions, what do you call habits of Jordanians. What does it mean if there's a hole in the fence? Does it mean it's okay to enter, or does it mean it's a problem? Whoa, oh, you see this? That's a huge gate, not just entrance. It's a bit slippery. I can show you from here. Well, was it okay to enter here? Is it kind of socially acceptable thing to do? Or was it something like a trespassing? How is it here? Well, there's only one way to find out, I guess. To go and see what happens. There are some cameras, so just in case it wasn't exactly legal to do it, then they are now seeing me and they can at least catch me later on if they want. Let's see. This must be a good place to climb up. These steps are quite big. What's that? That's a crazy beast. I have seen quite a few of them during these days. Is it still just a regular passenger airplane? They use these old propeller, properly old looking aircraft. There is again one fence. Well, this fence is not really a fence. Not much of a fence there. Well, it looks like I'm definitely in, but it is still an open question. Was it okay to do it, or wasn't? I was definitely saving some kilometer or so walking, probably around the whole thing, and who knows where the other entrance is. Who knows? But yeah, we'll see. When we get out, we'll probably see. I'm just starting to think now, if there were so many fences, could it be that there's a paid entrance here? That wouldn't feel too good, because in that case I would have been trespassing without tickets, which I don't like to do for my own consciousness, not for the sake of being caught. So, what do you think, guys? How does this look to you? Is it cool or what? Some old stones on the top of the top of the top of the hill. And here you can see a good view on Amman, capital of Jordan, or as they say, Al-Urdun. Cool. And that's probably the area. I always keep forgetting the name of it. It was something with letter A, something. Forget all the time. But that was the new urban sprawl area, where they were trying to imitate Dubai as much as they can. Of course, you can imagine that the level of finances and investment inflow would be something laughable if compared with Dubai. But nevertheless, I heard that they're trying very strongly and kind of having some first success already. Maybe I could go there day after tomorrow, because I have 2 full days. Tomorrow will be more working day, and day after tomorrow I might go somewhere. Maybe that could be there. And after one more day I'm leaving Amman, and I'll be moving towards south of Jordan, I mean. Yeah, cool. I quite like it. It's a bit unusual for me that everything is so dry. No water, no rivers or lakes or sea, and even all the vegetation is more like a half desert kind of vegetation. Not very big variety of things are able to grow here. But it's interesting, nevertheless. And it's absolutely the right time of the year. It's the very end of November now. And it's amazing. It's like 22, 25 degrees. Not too hot, not too cold. And you see, the sun is shining. Today are some few slight small clouds in the air as well, but not rain clouds. Most of the days were no clouds at all. Pure sunshine all day. Nice. Well, this place is properly, legitimately cool. What can I say? You literally can see in all directions. I can't see yet there because I have to move further, but I know already, I was there before in the previous days. It's a valley there as well, so it's definitely a hill, a top of the hill, which is kind of the highest. Well, maybe not exactly that one is kind of higher, and that one too. Well, maybe it wouldn't be if there wouldn't be houses on it. I don't know. I just see that I don't see the horizon behind it. In any case, Amman is on a very hilly place. Oh, how do you like this, friends? And there are many of such things from the Roman times. It wasn't really exactly important place in the Roman Empire, but it definitely has a good deal of Roman history in here. So yes, it is a very hilly place. I have noticed during this week when walking, I especially always take at least 1 hour. Well, I don't measure it, but roughly 1 hour each day to walk, for two reasons. Mental and physical reason, because it's not healthy to sit inside of your screen all the time. Even the work has to be done, but you know, work is work. But it's not healthy if I do it all the time, which I am awake. Even if I have a lot of work, I take 1 hour in a day off and I walk around. So that's one reason, and another reason is, while being here, it's good that I'm able to see things around a little bit, what's behind the corner, so to speak, instead of just sitting in the hotel room and getting some more work done after more work. So yeah, I've noticed that this place is quite hilly. When you walk on the streets, it's always up and down, and a lot of parallel streets on the map which look parallel, and it looks like it doesn't make sense. But when you go there, then you see that the one street is something like 50 or 100 meters higher than the neighboring parallel street, so then it makes sense suddenly to you why are the streets often parallel and without intersections between them. Unless you can fly, there is no way to get on the other one. Yeah, cool. Ooh, did you notice that? I pointed my camera towards it just a moment ago, but I didn't see it, and I didn't zoom because of that. Did you notice that huge lizard? It was properly huge, like more than my palm. Wow. I'll have to watch my video after that myself and see if it's there. That was cool. Yeah, it's not just flora which is different here. Fauna is different as well. Or fauna, how do you pronounce in English that word? What's there? Yeah. Nice. And here, this thing, as far as I can see from my map, is called Umayyad Palace, and behind it somewhere should be Umayyad Mosque. And can you help me, friend? Maybe you can write in the comments if you don't mind. What is Umayyad? I kind of have a feeling from somewhere, something that I read who knows where and when, that it could be some period in Islamic history where certain rulers were ruling. I don't even know the terms, and yeah, as you probably see, my knowledge in the Islamic history is very much on the level of, I don't know, Homo neanderthalis. I'm not properly Homo sapiens in that regard. I don't know almost anything about it. So I'm pretty sure that Umayyad is something which everybody knows except me. But nonetheless, it is true. I don't know it. But I have learned one thing in my life. I'm not scared or, what do you call it, shy to admit that I don't know things. Because I know that I don't know most of the things in this world. So, what's the point of being scared to admit it, that I don't know something? I don't know most of what's going on in this world. The same as anybody else. Oh, this is quite a cool palace. What do you think? What do you think? Would you like to live in such a place, my friends? Well, it doesn't seem to be very livable exactly. It probably could be some, I don't know, courtroom or whatever in the palace. The throne room, maybe. The living quarters probably were somewhere else. And what's in here? A smaller room. And there, what's there? There's a traffic jam. Española. Cooperación Española. So, my Spanish friends, what have you been doing here? What kind of cooperation did you have with the local Jordan people? Yeah, quite cool. This is how it looks from the other side, and that's the rich place, and we can see a little bit more here towards the west side and the southwest here. Oh, this is a nice picture. What do you think? So let's search for the Umayyad Mosque. It should be somewhere here in this direction. Which one is it? Could that be that building behind all those things? Let's go and see. You know what, friends? It looks like exactly this thing with these columns is the actual mosque. If the Google map isn't lying, so this is exactly here. Not that building which I thought it might be there. I haven't been there yet. I just looked on the GPS and it says yes, it's exactly this. So probably, I guess, there is not much left of the Umayyad Mosque. You can imagine that these bases of the columns were holding up the whole building, and it looks like it was quite an impressive size building, at least for those times. A lot of people could fit in there for a prayer. And what do we see there? Let me look on my map again, because I know that there was something interesting there. I have even put my waypoints in, but I did it a week ago, so I forgot already. What was it? How can you not like these views, friends? This is towards south now. And this building, I'll show you in a moment, it is Jordan Archeological Museum. And yeah, it's quite old. It's from 1951. And you see there is some water cistern dug up somewhere here. So obviously it was long ago when people were struggling with having enough drinking water, because it doesn't rain so much in here, and they had to build such cisterns to hold the water from those drops when it does rain. I wonder, is there any entrance fee there? Shall we check it out? Ah, okay.
Yeah. This is very good.
Yeah, it is. It is. I thought the man will be asking for a ticket, but no, he just asked for me to sign in and leave some statistics to them, that which country I was from visiting here. Yeah, you can see all kind of stuff which they dug out obviously here and glued together. It looks like my phone camera doesn't like the artificial lighting here. It is like LED lighting, light diode lighting, and that's probably working under 40 Hz frequency as well. So you can see it's flashing. Not flashing, what do you call it? But I hope you can see at least something. That's cool. What do you think, friends? Would you use these things for your dinner table? Or your kitchen? Cool. And what's that? Ah, that's the dome of the palace, the miniature model of the dome. Cool. Tiny, tiny things. That's fashion of those times, when it was more important that the sword can't cut through it, rather than how you look. This might be good if you travel in Yerevan, especially if you can have trousers of such material, the steel rings, because then all the stray dogs could try to bite you as much as they want, but without any success. What's that? Some altar? Or what? Stove? Really? Stove? Cool. Would you use such a thing in your kitchen? And you see, it's even on wheels. Okay. These are some oil lamps, probably. You could use olive oil or whale oil, probably not here if you talk about whale oil. Whale blubber or whatever it's called. to light your room. That's something huge. And with these eyes for tying some ropes, probably, to move them. Wonder what are they? Coffins. Wow. Pottery. Anthropoid coffins. Well, that's cool. It's the first time in my life I see coffin out of ceramics. Well, why not if you think about it? Because you wouldn't find much of wood here which you could use. So clay is your better bet. This man doesn't look too happy. Was it because I was too close? Yeah, probably. You see, that is a sensor detector, I think. And if you kind of move over that fence, it detects that you're there. Well, obviously you don't want people to be touching these coffins and trying to see how they fit in them. But I wasn't even that close, but my hand kind of went over when I was trying to film that man. Sorry for disturbing, guys, sorry. That's an incense burner. Cool. And this is something old. Yep. 8th century before Christ. Not too bad. Ah, that's the Artemis. That's the person for whom the Ephesus Temple was built, where the Ephesians got really mad at Apostle Paul when he was evangelizing the place and telling that man-made gods are not proper gods. And they were the keepers of the Artemis figure. What is it called? Statue? I don't know. Of whom all the world knew that she is mighty. And they got really upset with Paul speaking such a things. That man-made gods are not gods. Yeah. No, at least. Well, I have to go back probably then. Now at least I see how she looked like. Who were the all main reason for the huge upset in the Ephesus during Paul's time. Yeah. And that's the Cupid. Well, I can't disagree with that song. He really looks stupid. That's some nice stuff. Yeah, this is cool. That's probably your water holder. Large storage jar of pottery with 3 handles. Doesn't say what were they storing. Well, you see, it says with 3 handles. 1, 2, 3, 4. I again remember the old post-Soviet joke that don't read what's written, look what's happening in real life. Look what the people are doing, they said. This is cool. This is properly cool stuff. And what's that? Taboon. Oven to make bread. Wow. From mud. That's cool. You can make bread in there. I want such thing in my house. When I have a house, when I build one. And that's a grindstone. Oh, that's cool. That is the thing which was forbidden to take as a, what do you call it, collateral. But there was some other term in those times probably. When somebody is borrowing money from you, you're not allowed to take that stone from him as a collateral, as a guarantee that he will give the money back, because you're basically causing the person to be unable to make this thing into flour and make bread. And they were eating bread a lot, so it would be almost like a starvation. That's why the law. That looks very Egyptian. What is it? Hathor. Yes. With old Egyptian effects, god Osiris. Okay. And what are these? All kinds of small beauty things. Well, women have been women in all centuries, of course. Why not? Yeah, some cool tools from bronze. Some daggers and whatnot. More pottery. I wonder what was that. It's very small. Probably for some perfume. Yeah, I won't be able to show you all of this, guys. It would take 2 hours. But I wanted to give you a few glimpses at least. And if you're interested in such things, what can I say? Come to Amman. Visit this place. It looks like it's completely free, although I still don't know, maybe there was an entrance fee for the whole place. We'll find out when we exit. But in any case, come to Amman and see and explore and read all those things and talk to the personnel here, the staff. It will be quite interesting for you, I guess. If you don't like these things, well, you can still come to Amman. But in that case, don't come to this museum. Water ferry. Well, that's an interesting thing. Irish have ferries in the bigger oaks, in trees, in the forest. But probably these guys had water as something more important to them. And that probably is the place where you could go to the water cistern. Down there we saw that that cross section painted outside. That's, I think, again some oil lamp or something. Yeah, lamp. Yep. Well, not bad, not bad.
These are from here, right?
And you see there are the three men, I think from the royal family, the three generations, because this is not a republic, this is a kingdom of Jordan. And you see these royal people quite often, and I think I saw one of them in my hotel as well. So probably it is something very honorable, or is it just a law that you have to have them to remember who is who in this country? I don't know. And this thing, my map says it's a Hercules Temple. So yeah, they liked some strong men, I think, here. And by the way, if you grew up in Soviet Union like me, just a small joke, don't think that this is about oatmeal porridge. That's not that Hercules. It's about the is it Greek or Roman god? I don't know these gods very much, to be honest. I think it is Greek. This is probably stupid to admit it, but as I said, I'm not scared to admit that I don't know things which probably everybody kind of should know. You can tell me if you don't mind. Is it Greek or Roman? The Hercules. I wanted to go there, but it looks like it's not the best place. Maybe we should go that route. And you know these fragments of the arm and the elbow, or hand and elbow, however you call them, Jamaicans call all your arm as arm? As hand, I think so, yeah. They say hand about all arm. So let me make mistakes about these things too. And here you can see this is Colossal Roman statue. These fragments are from that colossal statue. And that's where you get the adjective word colossal from. I wonder, yeah, I think we should be able to get down there on that side. Well, tell me this is not beautiful and interesting. People. Especially those who are propagating that myth that there is nothing historical to see in Amman. Well, of course, if you compare with many other places, of course. Amman is a relatively new city. It became important only, I think, during the Transjordan times. I think so. When the Brits were ruling, was it? Yeah, I'm not sure. I think that was when the British were ruling here. When they called this place Transjordania, meaning the place which is on the far side, the opposite side of the Jordan River. Because you see, there is Jordan River. Well, you can't see, but I can just tell you that in that direction there is Jordan River. Somewhere there, I think, is the Sea of Galilee or lake, the Jordan River, the Death Sea, and nothing else. Nothing flows out of Death Sea. But on the other side is Palestine and Jerusalem and Israel. Oh, what's that? That's cool. Interesting. Somebody's home. So, and this place was kind of peripheral, out of the way place, like the Palestine, today's Israel, was the place of importance, both historically and trade and transport wise and every other way. But this place was kind of verge of the desert, without many people living there, not much happening here. And it was called Transjordania, I think. And Amman was made to be capital of Transjordania, or Transjordan, I'm not sure how to pronounce it correctly. And only since those times Amman became kind of important place, because it's the capital of this area. And since then only it was built and developed. And yeah, you can see all those homes, they're not old. And most of this place looks like those homes. So in general, kind of, yes, you are right if you say that there is not very much historical stuff in Amman. But it's not to say that there's nothing. It's definitely enough for one day to explore, I think. Am I wrong? And I don't know about you, but in the country where I grew up, you didn't get to see those kind of things. Not really. What is there? Also some cave. Nah, nothing. So yeah, I'm quite happy to see these things. This is quite an interesting place. I wonder what was it? Looks like some church with apside. How do you call it? Apsida? No, I don't know in English. How do you pronounce that place? The half circle place where the altar is. But I don't know what was exactly here. Theoretically, it wouldn't be a big wonder if there were Christians at some time in the history here, but not that I know it. And what's here? A nice arch. How do you call it in English? Over nothing. I wonder what was it? Some house, some bridge, some what? In any case, something old. That's all I can tell you, friends. Okay, we got distracted, I must admit, and it's interesting to walk on these things. Yeah, interesting how they're building these things. Cool. Is it a Corinthian capital of the column? It's not Ionian, it's Corinthian, is it? You see, I don't know much of these historical architectural stuff as well. I'm just curious. But yeah, we got distracted. We were actually going to the Hercules Temple, but while going there I noticed this place and kind of got sucked in it. Wow, isn't this beautiful, friends? Let me make one picture here. Now the picture came out to be a very nice one. Let's keep going
Senor.
and see what we can find out about this Hercules Temple. Probably we won't see much information here. I wonder how these guys are still alive in this dry place. Well, they're not very much alive, but alive. Yeah. By the way, I heard kids talking yalla, yalla. I know one more word in Arabic. Yalla means go, come on, go, go. Let's go. Cool. Well, I can tell you about this thing the same. In the country where I grew up, I couldn't see such things scattered around and waiting for me to look at them. What about you, friends? Where did you grow up? Could you see such things in your place? For me, it's interesting. It's interesting that sun is already quite low, so I wanted to explore this place and the Roman Amphitheater, which is somewhere there. We'll be able to see it from here, I think, in a moment, but let's explore this thing first. I wanted to explore this place and the amphitheater and get to the big central mosque by the time when the sun is setting, because at that time they're calling everybody for prayer, and I could film a nice clip to you to show how it sounds and looks at the sunset. And who knows, maybe we dare to go inside as well and I can show you something more. Watchtower. So this was a watchtower. Yeah, that's a good place to have a watchtower in. Yeah, and this is the south side. Remember I told you that I know that there is a valley here. So you see that valley and that hill. The reason why I know it, let me see, there is some road which I was walking on one other day. And I met some local guys who were inviting me to drink tea with them. They were just sitting there in literally, where was it? I think it was that place. Between the homes in that area, just sitting like in a park we sit and drinking a tea and having an evening chat. Nice and friendly. So that's why I know that there is a valley. So it means that we have walked around. We initially were looking on that direction. You see the Jordanian flag there, the big one which we saw, which is far there. It looks like it's here, but it's far. So you saw that direction, and now you see this direction as well. I like this place. I like this place. And also about Jordan and Jordanians and Arab people who are living here. They're very nice and kind. Amazing. And not just in the traditional way that, like we all know and we have all heard these tales about people inviting in their homes, and when they don't have much to eat themselves but they still want to give you from their food. And I have seen this as well also in my hotel. I was just walking in to my room, and there was some other rooms. They usually keep the doors open. They're not like us Europeans who always close the doors of our rooms. They always keep the doors and windows open so that everybody can see them and they can see everybody, and they can have some chat and shout something and they can, yeah. And when I was passing, one man was eating, and there wasn't a huge lot to be eaten for him. It was kind of okay dinner, but not a big one. And he saw me passing, and he was immediately inviting. He didn't speak a word in English, but he was immediately telling me in Arabic that I should come and join, and he'll be giving me his sausages and bread and everything, and nice. and yeah, so that's true as well. The things which we have all heard about, and like those guys who were inviting me for a tea there, and asking me to take picture of them, and so on and so on. That's, of course, we kind of all have heard about it. But also it is visible in countless other situations. Let's say, for example, if I don't know, for example, if I'm in a toilet and somebody is knocking there, and I'm saying I'm there, and they immediately kind of apologize for disturbing, because they were kind of thinking that maybe nobody is there, and it's all nice. But when it's an opposite situation, when somebody else is there and I come, and I kind of try to open the door and it's locked, and then I wait outside, and when the man who was there comes out, he's apologizing that he made me wait, and that he, like, I don't know much of Arabic still. I'm learning, but yeah, it's far from me being able to properly talk and converse in Arabic. It's quite far. I can say a few phrases and understand a few phrases, but not more. But yeah, literally the man is saying that, oh, I'm so sorry that I made you to wait, and please, and all of these things which you can see they are not played, like it's not a theater. It's not because, and also it's not because they would be afraid of me. No way. Why should they would be afraid of me? I'm nobody, so no point. But you can see that it is a genuine care for the other people, for the foreigner who have come to their country, and they like to say very much, welcome to Jordan, welcome to Jordan. They might not speak in English, but they will know how to say welcome to Jordan. And also often they know how to say my friend, or hello my friend. They often say hello my friend and welcome to Jordan. So that's their main attitude, and they love other people coming to them, and they will do like almost anything to make you feel like at home, to make you feel good in their country, because you have traveled, you have walked great lengths to come to their country, and they're so happy and proud of that you chose their country to be the country where you come to, and they're so happy about it, and they want to help you, and they want to make you feel at home and feel appreciated and happy in their place. So yeah, that's another thing why I can surely and without any hesitation recommend you come to Jordan, visit this place. It's quite cool and interesting, and it's very friendly and warm and welcoming, and very safe as well. Like, this is not one of those Middle Eastern countries which is unsafe or dangerous or difficult or tricky. It's a very simple and straightforward thing. No difficulty at all. No danger, no political instability, as far as I can hear and read about it, at least. Like, it's a lot more dangerous to go to Israel, but we Westerners often think about Israel as of a place where we can go to. In Jordan, it's a lot safer and easier and more stable and more predictable situation than it is in Israel. So feel free to come, don't hesitate. And it's quite cheap. Like, Israel is properly expensive place. Well, it's not Switzerland, but it's expensive. Here. Ah, you can feel rich here, even if you have my budget. Okay, let's see. Let's not talk too long. Let's see where the Roman amphitheater is, and let's continue walking. I just noticed, my friends, that it's quite a nice view here in the almost sunset. But we're going there. Aha, you see? That's the Roman amphitheater. I thought I will have to go further to see it, but no, we can see it here as well. And actually that's the place where I'm going to, which was shown on my map as the viewpoint for the Roman amphitheater. Like, we can go to the amphitheater itself as well, and probably I will, unless it's too late. No, I will, any case. But here is the viewpoint where you can see it from above. Wow! And here's quite a bit of a wind. I'm happy I made that thing for my microphone, so I hope you can hear me still. It kind of little bit mutes my voice, but it's a huge difference. If there's any wind at all, without that thing, my microphone was completely useless. You couldn't hear anything besides wind. Now I have yet to see how I have yet to find such a strong wind where it could be a problem for my microphone. Okay guys, let's keep going. I was looking in my map how to get there, not to waste time to go 3 times in all directions, but it looks it will be pretty straightforward. You see this serpentine, the road goes there, then it goes there, and then somewhere there I think should be an exit to the main road, to that big road, and then from there I have already been very near there. I know that there is an entrance where you can get to the theater, and to get to that road it looks like to me that I'll be able to go here and through there and like this and get there. So it seems to be pretty straightforward, and it's always good to know these things beforehand. Here we have to go around, no way here. So just to be safe that I'm not going to some other direction hoping that there will be an exit and there's a wall or houses or whatever, and then I have to go back. And the sun is very low already, as you can see on the background of that Hercules Temple, and I still want to get there, and maybe I get to the mosque by the sunset, but I don't think it will happen. Like, the sun is going down quite fast, and I don't think I will be able to go through the theater as fast. But we'll see. In any case, we'll see. If it will be dark, it will be dark. Or even I can actually, it's no trouble at all, to be honest. I can easily go, this should be the way. I could easily go, let's say tomorrow. Tomorrow will be work day for me. I won't be exploring much, but I will go still this 1 hour out, and I could go to that mosque tomorrow and I could film it and show it to you. And since I now have sorted my phone memory issues, storage issues, whatever you call it, so I will be able to film. I wasn't for the whole week and my phone was full and I had no time to sort it, but now it's good. I can film again and I can chat with you friends. This seems to be a bit kind of not really a proper entrance to the place again. I don't know why. Let's not step into some thing. Well, it kind of works, but it doesn't seem to be meant like this. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure, my friends. What is it about me that I always end up in some places where nobody else goes? It might be quite amusing for you, I guess. I must be careful. You see these metal things? You can easily get some holes into your feet. Now, how do I get down here? I think that must work. Yeah, I'm definitely sure that this wasn't the place which was meant to be the main entrance for the public. What do you think, friends? Was it? Let's be careful not to slip and not to break off some brick and fall together with the brick. But it seems to be working for us. What do you think, friends? That's it. And now from here, could that be our best bet, I guess? You saw from above, it looked like it was almost a flat place. But you see, there are stories after stories. Wow, and this is even too high. I can't jump that one. No way, my friends. And it will be very difficult to climb from there to there and descend there. It is very slippery and I could fall down together with some bricks. But this is quite a cool place as well. It's almost like somebody's home. Imagine you could like finish it building with a roof and you could have south facing facade. Well, south facing. I speak like a northerner. For us northerners, south facing is good because we always need more sunshine and sunlight. Here it might be the wrong decision because it's like a baking pan in summer. Now it's good in end of November, but in summer it wouldn't be good at all. I think this should work for us. What do you think, friends? This should work for us. Yeah, I can even jump that. So let's hang on here, and that's it. That was it. Cool. No, it definitely wasn't the official entrance. What do you think? It's a bit stupid because I was seriously thinking, I had decided already inside of me that when I go out I will see the entrance and I will see if there was any ticket or entrance fee for the place. And if there was one, if there would be one, I already decided that I would pay it. It would be probably tricky to explain them that I came in from the wrong place and I still want to pay. But for myself, I would want to pay it. Because if I was there and that was the place meant to be visited only by ticket, by buying a ticket, then it wouldn't feel right to me to visit it without a ticket. So I was thinking that I will, let's go faster. Some taxi, this is how the taxis look. And the white ones are service, different kind of taxis. They are shared taxis and they go certain routes, but the same kind of cars, not minivans. So you can use them. It's quite cost efficient. The regular taxis are outrageously expensive. Well, if you compare to other things. So yeah, and about these ticket things, I was already determined to find out on my way out where the ticket office was, if there was such a thing. Maybe there wasn't. And if there was, I would pay it. But you saw, I actually made it in one continuous clip without any. You saw, I was there up, and it looked to me like that was a proper exit, like a proper path with the fence on the side, so it looked like it's civilized way to get down. And only when I was already halfway down, I realized it's not that civilized at all. So sorry friends, sorry Jordanian, dear Jordanians. Sorry if I made it wrong. I still don't know. I hope there was no ticket. But probably I will never know. Unless somebody of you friends tell me. But it will be too late to buy the ticket then. You probably are thinking, this guy is funny. When he got away with it, why does he want to buy a ticket? Yeah. The same way my classmates in my secondary school thought. At that time, I can tell you something funny. At that time, me and one of my friends, we started some kind of, what do you call it? Trend? Not really a trend, like a thing, a cool thing to do among classmates. To ride in a train, not inside of the train, but on the back of the train, where there is the thing, I don't know, how do you call it in English, the thing which connects the two trains together. And you could sit on it, and there were even many handles you could climb. You can climb very high on top, even so high that my ankles were at the level of windows of the driver. But it was of course the back end of the train where there was no driver. In the front end there would be a driver and there would be no chance of doing it. So we were driving sometimes, we were traveling sometimes like that for fun, for 1 or 2 stops. And even then, whenever there was technical possibility, my battery is low, but no, it looks like it still keeps recording. Is that the police? I shouldn't be filming it probably. I don't know, maybe it's okay in this country, I don't know. It's always good to be cautious with all the uniformed people, whoever they are. They're usually, yeah, okay. I won't talk about it better. Just usually don't try to irritate them, okay? That's enough. So, yeah, and whenever it was technically possible at all, I was trying to buy a ticket and then to go sitting on that back of the train outside in this thing where the two trains are stitched together. I don't know the term in English. My classmates sometimes made jokes about me. And my teacher, when he found out that we were doing such a thing, he was of course very angry, and he didn't even believe. And that case which he found out about was a case when I did have a ticket. Actually, at that moment it was pretty easy. I was coming from Riga all the way, and I got out, I think, 2 stops before my stop, and the last stops I was riding on that thing outside of the train, and somebody spotted me, and of course in the countryside everybody knows everybody, and on the next day my teacher knew about it, and he was very angry. And he was angry because he thought I was riding like that because I didn't want to buy a ticket. And I just naively said to him, no, I had the ticket. And I really had. And he still didn't believe me. He was yelling all kinds of accusations and things and whatever, but he didn't believe that I have the ticket. Okay, that was some weird detour, excurse, whatever you call it, about my attitude towards tickets. And also, it was very popular where I grew up to mess up, to mess with the, that's the amphitheater, by the way. We came the exact straightest path possible. And yeah, it was popular in my childhood. I think it's a good moment to jump across. And here people are just coming, yeah, as you see, I'm not the only one. They're just crossing the streets like this, and it's normal. Cars are often in traffic jams like this. Often they don't move at all. And you see people are just walking like this, and that's normal, that's acceptable. You don't need to go, I don't know, 15-20 minutes looking for some zebra or traffic light, which are not very many here. But I'm still a little bit, what do you call it, too cautious. Locals are jumping like in these places already. I'm kind of waiting for a better spot like this one. Like this was good spot for me. But for locals it would be funny that I was waiting so long. Okay. So, what did I tell about the electricity? It was popular in my childhood to turn backwards electricity meters, because then you don't have to pay. Like you use electricity, but you turn the electricity meter backwards. Or another ways was just to make them jamming, so the electricity is flowing but it doesn't count. The meter doesn't count what you spent. So these kind of things, and people didn't really see it as theft. Like it's not theft, it's just it's electricity. Like electricity belongs to everyone, and I'm not stealing anything. And yeah, in that kind of situation I was a weird person again, because I couldn't get my head around it and think about it otherwise than as a theft. And because of that I normally never mess up with, well, I never ever messed the electricity meter. I did something else though, but that was something, yeah. I'm not exactly proud that I used electricity that way, but I kind of felt that it is kind of a little bit more justifiable, because I was doing a huge scientific experiment, building a welder machine to weld steel without any transformers, basically connecting to the wires from the tree near my house. Okay, it's probably good to know good not to know these things rather than know them. But yeah, in general, that's what I think. If the train company gives you a ride against ticket, then I either don't take the ride, or if I do take the ride, I pay for the ticket. If I don't have the money, I walk. And that's my attitude, why I was thinking, there it is, the Hercules Temple, about that place. But yeah, maybe there was no ticket, I don't know. And what is this? Is this? You need ticket for here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bus,
Sorry?
Jordan bus,
No, I don't have. How much is ticket?
2 dinner.
2 dinner. Okay.
4 bucks.
Thank you. Shukran. Okay, that's 2 dinner, which is what? It is something like 2.60 maybe, €2.60. Well, let's leave it out. I have saved some money during this stay, but I will need it later on, so no 260 for these guys. I'll just look to the place from here. What do you think, friends, about this Roman amphitheater? I was rattling around about tickets and electricity and trains and whatnot, but I wasn't telling you anything about the Roman amphitheater. And that's a proper Roman stuff, yes, really, from the Roman times. And by the way, about Romans, I just remembered I was editing my Gyumri video about Gyumri in Armenia. Yeah, this is how far behind I'm lagging. I didn't have time for any video editing recently. So I was editing Gyumri video and put it in, and in my Yerevan video somebody made a comment which thank you, I forgot your name, you somebody who made that comment. I forgot your name, sorry. Probably everybody can watch it under my Yerevan video. But I wanted to say thank you that you explained in the comment that Yerevan was founded 27 or 29, I think he said 29 years before Rome was established. Imagine! So now, after being in Armenia and seeing that oldness, I'm coming here in Jordan looking at this Roman amphitheater, and I'm almost feeling like, friends, this is a new stuff. The Rome was founded 29 or 7 whatever years later than Yerevan in Armenia. So if you want the proper old stuff, go to Armenia. Well, there wasn't really much to see in terms of architecture from those days. But still, that feeling alone is something. That Yerevan is older than Rome. Can you believe it? Anyway, that's in case if you want to watch my Armenian videos as well, in case you haven't done it already. But now let's enjoy this thing. Isn't it nice? So, that was our Roman amphitheater. And I already know the exit. One other exit is here. I came in from that side, and I know that there's one other exit. Oh, and look at this thing. Isn't that cool? And how do I know that there is another exit? I was there already on that first day when I was here without any more memory in my phone, so I couldn't film and show it to you. And there was one funny thing which happened, I must tell you. But unfortunately, it won't be fresh thing. It was exactly 1 week ago. Or 1 week and few hours even. So it will be like a heated up soup. Won't be a fresh thing. This is beautiful, isn't it? So what happened was that I was walking around here, and there was one man who was trying, even in English. So he was trying to sell me, and funny, even these small kids often say salam, salam, hello, hello, peace be with you, peace upon you. Cool. So there was one man who was trying to sell me some tours or whatever. I even forgot what did he. Some tours, I think, in Jordan, in different places, in Dead Sea and whatnot. And he was so friendly that he somehow got to me. Like normally I have learned already how to quickly reject all kind of beginnings of these kind of salesmen, aggressive intruding salesmen. Because typically what I do, I'm smiling and either not saying anything or waving my head that no, but without any words. Basically the main thing is not say any word to them. Don't tell even a single word, because if you start talking to them, they are getting you immediately and they will catch you and they will not let you go until they have sold whatever they wanted to sell you. Well, that's in pretty much any country where you have more aggressive salesmen. And actually further down this road, but further down. No, actually not this, it was even further there. Was the place... No, it was this. Yeah, it's the same. It was the place where the minibus stopped, but not here, further down. Anyway, let's go. And so yeah, usually I just cut it off at the very beginning by not replying any single word, just smiling and going further. Smiling is better because it shows you that I'm not proud, I'm not angry, there's nothing to hate me for. I'm kind. I'm just completely disinterested. Look at this thing. What do you think? What do you think? As they say in Russian, Mercedes is Mercedes even in Africa. Well, this is not quite Africa yet. I'm not yet there. Just Middle East, friends, just Middle East. And that's a policeman. That's how they look. Let's not show him that we are filming. Okay, so I'm usually smiling and ignoring everything else and just keep going with a smile without a reply. And this tactics usually works 95% of the time, more probably even, like pretty much all the time. And it's nice. But this man here, he was so kind and he didn't start with selling. He started with welcome to Jordan, good to see you, where did you come from, and those kind of things. And often I'm quite happy to have these chats with locals, and I'm in turn asking them many questions about how is life here and what are they doing, and about anything which I'm interested in at that moment. So that's the way how I find out a lot of stuff from locals. So I'm usually quite happy to have these conversations. And he started like this, but then it turned out quite quickly that his main reason, the only reason for that chat, was to sell me these tours. And as we have already started to chat about many things, because of that, it was very difficult to cut that talk off, cut that conversation away, because he kind of felt that now I have to sign up for his tours or whatever he wanted to sell, because we have talked already so much and so nicely, and how can I say no to his amazing deal which he is trying to sell me now. And then I thought, I tried like 3 or 4 times to cut off. What do you think about these kind of garments? That's cool. That's not Europe, friends, not anymore. And also you can see on the streets, people are many people are kind of Europeanish, Westernish clothes, but quite a few people are traditionally clothed as well, which is cool and interesting for me. And some local sausages there. Okay, and what happened was that I couldn't break away of him, of his selling advances. And he kept pushing on me, and then I thought, well, this trick now must work, because it is true and it is a very strong argument. And what I said was that I have no money. I travel almost without money, on a very, very tight budget. And then his eyes went bigger immediately, because he immediately kind of started to realize that, well, maybe he's talking to a wrong man in that case, and maybe there's no point of spending more time by talking with me. Are you here? That's the mosque already. Ah, I actually can cross this way. This is one of the rare places where you have traffic lights, and they are sometimes even observed. So nice. Ah, that's the mosque. That's the mosque. I think they are inviting for the prayer already, because sun is setting already. Sunset is there. And you hear? I don't know if you hear, but there is some singing, or whatever you call it, the invitation for prayer. The man tried to sold me a juice, which is nice, of course, as well. Okay, so what happened? His eyes went bigger immediately, because he realized, maybe he's talking to the wrong person if I really don't have any money. And then he thought, he jumped on another trick. He said, but what did you pay for the ticket to come here? For the air ticket? You flew in from Europe probably, or America, or whatever. What did you pay for the air ticket? And I immediately understood what will be his next move, because I was able to pay so big money for the air ticket. So his tour, what he is offering, will be like nothing in comparison to that air ticket. So I should buy it from him because of that. I already kind of felt that that's the next move which he is preparing. And and then I thought, oh man, you don't know where you're getting into. And I replied him honestly, I paid €5 for my ticket, for my Ryanair air ticket from Cyprus to here in Jordan. €5. And I said him €5. I even showed with my fingers to be sure he understands it, because his English was quite good, because those people who try to sell you things, they do speak English. No questions there. So I said and showed €5 for the ticket. And then his eyes, well, I thought that his eyes were big already, but I didn't know how big they can become. Then his eyes went 3 times bigger, and he literally freezed, and he asked for a second time, €5 for the air ticket? 5? And when he got a confirmation from me that it's I didn't show you the mosque today. I was busy talking, and I didn't notice if I showed you it or not. Okay, and he was saying €5, and I said yes, €5 for the ticket, Ryanair ticket. That's how much I paid. And then he immediately lost every interest in having a chat with me. He turned back to me. No, he wasn't rude, but he was just shocked, completely shocked. Do you see the mosque? He was completely shocked, and he threw his hands up in the air, and he went through the square yelling to his buddies something in Arabic.
أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن
He is saying that there is no God besides God, meaning that God is the only God.
قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة.
Oh, that's cool.
الله أكبر الله.
Yeah, and that man just went away yelling to his buddies through all the square and shouting how crazy times have come. That people can come here for €5 without any money almost, and there is nothing you can sell to them because they don't have any money almost. They have paid €5 for the ticket. What can you expect from them? And he went away, and I was free free to go wherever I wanted. So that's a good way how to get rid of people who are very intruding with their selling tactics. Just let them know that you're traveling without money, or almost without money. Okay friends, let's switch gears. We are now at the Great Mosque and we actually made it on time. And let's see if my battery doesn't end now. It might end. It was warning already me. That's cool. But not too many people are, no, some are, but not too many people are reacting and coming for the prayer. Let's see, I have to wait probably a slight bit. Let them go in first, because I want to be at the very, very back. I don't want to be in the middle, because I won't be able to get out easily. Yeah, there are people coming. It's not so that everybody is ignoring. Like there are still much more people outside. But there are people flowing to the mosque for the evening prayer. The sunset prayer or whatever it's called. I don't even know, sorry friends. Ah, this is cool. I must show you this. You see these things which they use for transporting stuff in the market. They are amazing, and you can transport super heavy loads with them. You see these very small wheels which they have there. They are not regular wheels, they are big ball bearings. Naked metal ball bearings. Basically, I don't know where they get it from, but big size ball bearings and naked metal rolling on the tarmac. And it works like a charm, making a little bit of noise, but working perfectly. And that's a huge load which he's pushing.
فذرهم حتى يلاقوا يومهم الذي فيه يصعقون يوم لا يغني عنهم كيدهم شيئا ولا هم ينصرون.
I was sitting and waiting for a while here and charging my battery and waiting while everybody is getting in. It looks like everybody who wanted are in already. And you know what? There is one thing which I respect about this mosque. In northern Cyprus, many mosques, they didn't sing, they didn't call for the prayer in live. They just played from the phone some recordings. And these things, oh, you can see the wheels. You see the ball bearings. That's how it works. Well, it's a bit dark, but I hope you can see. And anyway, in northern Cyprus, many places, many mosques were just playing from the phone through these loudspeakers. You see these loudspeakers. There are many of them and very loud. And they were just playing from the phone. You can even hear some other sounds from the phone, so you can immediately hear it's recording. And it's very professional and blah blah blah, but it's recording. Here they do it live. And you know how I know it? Because the person who was singing, who was inviting for the prayer, he was coughing and sneezing. It was a funny sound in these loudspeakers. You know, they make the sound look a little bit funny already, like metallic. And when somebody is coughing and sneezing in them, it's even more crazy. But I do respect and I do like it because it's something live. It's not it's not a canned food. It's alive. This is the women's place, women's entrance. And this, everything else basically is for men. So let's see and try to get in. Is it finished already?
quite quickly.
You see how dirty are my shoes. Well, I don't know if you can see actually, but it's all with dust. It's not with mud, but with dust, but lots of dust. And now it suddenly dawned to me that it makes perfect sense why they have this ritual of washing feet before the prayer. When I saw that happening in Vienna airport, in their prayer room in the airport, it looked a bit funny to me. You have to take off your shoes and your socks, and well, in Europe normally your shoes are even clean, and it might be muddy depending on the place where you are, but your shoes normally are quite clean. But when you take off the shoes, your socks definitely are not muddy and not dusty. And why do you need to wash your feet? But living in this area where everything is dusty, dry and full of dust, you definitely want to wash your feet if you want them to be clean. And if you have carpets like this, if you want to pray and if you want to bow down with your forehead touching the ground, it's probably a good idea to have a carpet instead of just having concrete or mud or whatever floor. I won't be probably, well, maybe I will after a while go inside. This is kind of a courtyard only, it's not the inside. I was inside in the other day. So, if you want to bow down with your forehead touching the ground, it's a good idea to have a carpet. And if you have a carpet in such climate, then it's a good idea to wash your feet before you come in. So, this ritual suddenly makes sense to me. And suddenly, you know guys, I understood one more scripture place from Bible, which I didn't quite understand before. Remember that place where where Jesus was washing feet for his disciples? And Peter said, "No, wash all of me if you say that I won't have any part in you unless you let me wash your feet." And he said, "Wash all of me, not just feet." And then Jesus said, "No, if you are clean already, you have washed yourself already before, you don't need it. You need only your feet to be washed from the road, from the dirt of the road." And then now suddenly I understood this thing as well better, because where Jesus said it, it was very near to this place, just across the river Jordan in the Galilee. Or was it in Jerusalem? Doesn't matter. Just across the Jordan. So it's the same climate, the same dust. And obviously, when you are walking in your sandals, your feet got dusty. And it's an easy thing to wash away with pure water. No difficulty there. So yes, suddenly that scripture place is more relevant to me as well. Like in Northern Europe, we don't have such a thing. Here we have. You see the minaret from inside. And let's try to see if we can take a quick peek inside, but without talking probably. And by the way, one other thing which I can tell you, which it's another interesting observation. Did you see their attitude about masks, about COVID masks? How high percentage of them have these masks? I think this is something very positive, when you have freedom to choose. If you want to use your mask, you're absolutely free to use it. Nobody is laughing at you, and that's okay. Use it. Use away. Feel free. But if you, for whatever reason, don't feel that you want to do it, you don't have to. There's nothing to enforce that to you. What is that? Somebody is selling something for the people who are... they're selling glasses. It sounded like a heavyweight preaching, but that preaching was just sales. So everybody who is coming out from the mosque after the prayer, they are attacked by these people selling you glasses, not potatoes, tomatoes, and God knows what. Try not to buy this thing from him. That's okay, I'm just making a joke. He's not aggressive, he's just loud. And you have to be loud in such a place. Yeah, these vendors, they were not here before. You saw them coming before, before I went into the mosque. They just came to target the people who will be soon coming out of the mosque. But good enough, I can understand. Okay, people, I need to go to the market myself and get something edible. My belly is quite empty and my hotel room is empty as well. And I know that there is a good market here, which I always visit for 1 week already. If I will have battery, I will show that to you as well. Well, let's just go and see how long I can film before my battery runs out. Or, listen, I will do something else. I will not be talking in the market, so I can unplug my microphone and I can plug in my charger. So in that case, it will definitely be enough juice in my phone for filming, and also you'll get even better sound from my front microphone in the camera. Better, I mean that you will hear all the surrounding noises, not just me. Let's do it. Now then, my charger is plugged in and my mic is away, so it will be a different sound for you, but I hope I will catch some good advertising here with a lot of shouting. In some other days I witnessed it, but some other not. We'll see what it will be today. Some of them have recordings, and some of them have very trained voices. It's amazing how trained their voices are. I can humbly recognize that all my training is nothing compared to them. What sound can they make with their noise?
Hi.
Hello.
You from where?
Latvia.
What?
Latvia.
What level is it?
Northeastern Europe.
Europe?
Europe, yeah.
Good, man, good.
Thank you. They're friendly as always. But he said, yalla, yalla, come, come. They oftentimes don't know where Latvia is. I have to tell them Northeast Europe or just Europe is enough. Europe is far away. Not much shouting today. Maybe we'll be on that side more. I wanted to show you. Sometimes it can be a really amazing performance. This is a cool thing. I think they're roasting things. It looks like a concrete mixer, but they're roasting some nuts and seeds in them. Amazing. I think Bandora means tomatoes, but I'm not sure. Because usually they shout Bandora where the tomatoes are, but maybe I'm wrong. It's very quiet today. I must disappoint you, my friends. Not much action going on. It is very relaxed and very quiet. In some other days they were really loud, really loud. Like I haven't heard that it's even possible to get such sound out of a person's voice.
خاصة سبانة خاصة سبانة فقدون أسنان عجر ديار نانا بلد ضيق نانا بلد ضيق نانا بلد
And these are local bananas, by the way, Jordan grown bananas. They're very tasty, small but tasty.
سبانة زعتر أندية سبانة خبيزة سبانة بلدية سبانة.
Yeah, today they're not shouting, they're using their normal voices. But there was one evening when they were so loud, they were trying to outshout each other. One man is even singing. He was bandora and something dinar. So bandora is some kind of fruit perhaps, or vegetable, and something dinar. Dinars are the local money.
حمرا البندورة بلدية البندورة جمدة البندورة بندورة والخيار بطاطا وبصل يا خيار يا خيار يا خيار يا خيار
Okay people, looks like this evening I won't get the biggest action for you to film. Everything is quite calm and quiet and not too full of people either. Maybe because of prayer time? I don't know. But in any case, I won't be spending more time. I need to buy something edible and go home. So see you other time, friends. My feel for the language really paid. I was asking the man whom I was buying mandarins from, and I was asking him what was bandora, and he pointed to me to tomatoes. So yes, bandora is tomatoes. It was really a good guess. Let's see what else I want to get. I got 2 kilos of very nice mandarins, and these turnips are very nice. I'll get them as well. So my friends, I got this much. It's probably difficult to show. My hand is quite a big hand, so imagine how big is this. I don't know, it could be something, yeah, it's even difficult to guess, like some 7 kilos of fruit. And good, ripe, local fruit. Like, seriously good stuff. And most of them cost something like less than €1 per kilo. Like bananas, local bananas, extremely delicious. They cost 65 cents per kilo. Then mandarins cost 50 cents per kilo. Okay, good to go. And many other things. And this whole thing includes also, it costs €4.65, I think. Sorry, 4 dinars and 65 their cents. I forgot already what was the name for their cents. But in euros it would be €6.04 for whole this huge heap. €6.04. It will be good for many days for me. And that's again the same place where the traffic light is. Not many places like this. This is the same where we were before. So, and this thing, it's not just pure necessity. It also includes very expensive but outrageously tasty persimmons, which are just like, they're like honey. And they're expensive. They're 2 dinars per kilo. Like more than 2 times more expensive than other stuff. And I got to 1.5 almost kilo of them. And all of that is €6. Come on, friends. Isn't life good? Where so tasty, healthy things cost so little. 5 minutes walk from your home. And your home is a place where you get almost a separate room, not exactly separate, but almost a separate room in a hotel for €6.70 per night, which includes big, nice breakfast ordered in from restaurants. Like a proper breakfast you can eat, and you don't want to eat for a long time after that because it's really big and good. Yeah, isn't this good? What do you think, friends? And this is how Amman looks during later evening. Okay, they will be going. This is another place where the traffic light is, because this intersection would be very tricky otherwise. And that's the big mosque's minaret which you see there. Okay, no cars anymore. It's very empty now. Is it because of the prayer time? I don't know. Usually it was a lot fuller, and a lot fuller with people as well. I don't know what's the story why everything is so empty. This place was usually full of people, and they sell all kinds of funny stuff here. I wonder if the man who was shooting up the funny things which slowly descends the toys, will he be here as well? No, his place is empty. Here he was shooting with a slingshot some funny things up in there, and they were going like very high, like good way above these palm trees and above this building, above. And then when they went up, they kind of turned and made it themselves into a propeller and slowly descended. And he was so perfect in that he didn't even have to walk. He felt the wind direction and everything so precisely that he didn't have to walk even for catching the thing. It landed on his head almost every time. So it was funny to watch him. He was selling these toys to kids. Well, to parents of the kids who know how to squeeze money out of their parents. And this is full of toys as well. Like, is it some toy street or what? This is my street. It's very central, in the very heart of Amman. This is where you can eat something if you want. If you want to spend a bit more money, not just to go to market. And one day I need to show you when there will be more light in the day, not at the evening, all the trade which is going on the parallel streets. It's amazing. There's shop after shop after shop, and all kinds of different interesting things, everything what you could imagine, which you want to buy. And many different shops, and all like private shops, which is very cool to see such amount of businesses. It's not just one huge supermarket chain which swallows everything, but it's a huge amount of all kinds of businesses which are competing with each other and getting the prices lower and lower and service better and better. And yeah, almost everybody has their own business here. I have such a feeling. Well, of course, not everybody, but a huge percentage. I think Jordanians must be very good, well trained in doing business, because it's everywhere. It's not just, they don't have this employee mentality which we have in the West, where people are more like, I don't know, I don't want to use bad words. This is not my, I have to walk further. I don't want to use bad words, but yeah, that kind of mentality, when you don't know anything, you don't care about anything, you just do your one movement and get paid certain amount of money per hour, and you don't care about everything else. Yeah, it doesn't make you into a great personality. When you have your own business and you have to take responsibility of everything and take into account everything, and you have to plan your money and so on. Sorry, my friends, I was talking too much. It's crazy. I live already 1 week in that place and I didn't notice how I passed it. And I have to go back now. I thought it's kind of a little bit long already. I didn't notice how I passed it while talking to you friends. So yes, when you have to take all the responsibility yourself, you have to plan your cash flows ahead and you have to go through the better times and worse times, and you have to take all responsibility and you have to know every aspect of your business. That makes you into a more intelligent person than just if you have to. They have these sweet shops, funny, a lot of different kinds, you see, all kinds of different sweets. So yeah, it is, I think, a very good training for them, which makes them quite good at survival and planning and humble as characters, because when you have a lot of responsibility you become humble. You have to deal with many things and there is never a situation when everything is perfect, so you have to deal with things, and it makes you into a different kind of person. You are not anymore that entitlement kind of person that only demands from others. You know that you have to provide some value if you want to get paid, instead of just being paid for sitting there. Here it is. And here is the place. It's the Cafe Afra or a restaurant, I'm not sure. And that's my hotel. Funny how I walked past him and didn't notice it. So my friends, there were again couple days. We even didn't get run over by cars. Nice. There have been a couple days more, or more than couple probably, of work. I didn't go to Abdali, that place with the skyscrapers where they try to imitate the Dubai. I just didn't have time. I had few changes with my work, and well, not changes, few more extra things which I had to do, and I just didn't have time. But I read a little bit about it on internet and I saw, that's okay. It might be nothing that special, so I'll leave it out. You see again this ingenious invention, and you see the ball bearings. That's what they use. Cool. It's absolutely cool. So this is my last day in Amman, capital of Jordan, and I am already out of my hostel with all my things. Well, it's not a lot, but everything I have on me. And I am going to a place where I can catch a shared taxi, which is the way to travel through the city here. Not a proper taxi, that would be expensive, but a shared taxi which goes on a certain route, which works pretty much like marshrutkas or matatus or kamunies, or depending which language you use. So basically I'm going to that stop. One man showed me on a map how to find it, so I hope to find it and to go to the south bus station and go further south towards more interesting places. and spend some weeks there. So basically, that was it, my dear friends, from Amman. The quite nice, welcoming and amazing city, capital of Jordan. And yeah, I think, what are my kind of impressions and thoughts about the city when leaving it? It's quite nice. I don't exactly enjoy how noisy it is, but that's probably because I was living in the very, very center of it, really proper center, like the very central street. And it was quite a big noise. All the time, cars and beeping and all that stuff. So that was something which I didn't enjoy. For a European eye, the place sometimes feels like a little bit dirty, a little bit not maintained, kind of that stuff. But this is my street, I recognize it. But I don't think it's a huge problem or huge issue. It's just like majority of the world. It doesn't look like the carpet in your room, like some streets in Switzerland or some other place where everything is perfect. But it doesn't have to like. To like me, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's quite nice. I quite enjoy it. It's nothing so special to see in Amman if compared to many other historical cities. I think we might be somewhere near, so I might have to stop talking. I'll just quickly finish and then I'll be looking for selfies. Yeah, basically, in general, it's a very nice feeling to be further out of the usual places, further out from Europe, more into different culture, different traditions, different clothing, different everything. But it's not that kind of, like, I was expecting it to be a little bit more, I wouldn't say shocking, but a little bit more unusual, a little bit more something which makes me think all the time how different it is. It isn't that different. And in general, I like Jordan and I like Jordanians very much. They're very nice people, amazing people, lovely people. I don't know how to tell. They're really nice. They're really pleasant to be around. So yeah, I definitely can recommend coming to here, especially when Ryanair can get you here for €5 from Europe. At least that's what I got, and I understand that it's not the very rare occasion. You can get quite often these kind of funny prices. So I think even when you have to spend something like €50 for visa, it is really worth it, because you'll be saving on accommodation, you'll be saving on food, you'll be saving on transportation. So unless you are coming for 2 days, but a little bit longer, these €50 spent for visa will be very quickly gained in all the other savings. So I do think it's really worth, and I do recommend you guys come to Jordan and see Amman and try to get out of Amman as well, what I'm doing. And by the way, if you can get a cheap ticket to Aqaba in the very south near Red Sea, in that case I heard that they even waive the visa price, so they give you a free visa to boost the tourist industry on that area, on the south, in the Red Sea area. So could be even better deal if you can find a good flight options there, which I think you might. Have a good day, my friends, and see you in some other time in some other town. All the best.